Good evening, and welcome to the Bearded Book Beasts Spooky Season TBR for October 2024. Don't worry, I'll turn the lights on. Don't be scared. What's up, beasties? It's me, it's Triple B, your friendly neighborhood Bearded Book Beast. Welcome back to the channel. I am so glad you're here. It's finally time for another TBR. I'm really excited about this one. Spooky Season TBR. Love Spooky Season. Excited to get into some spooky, scary horror reads. And it's going to be across my whole TBR. Books, novellas, short stories, graphic novels, manga. It's all going to be there. And I'm going to try to keep my TBR a little more reasonable. But, you know, I'm a mood reader. And things happen. But it will not happen this month because for a very important reason. My beasties, all of you, who, by the way, I should say, you're looking good, looking fantastic. You're looking lovely. And I just want you to know, I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having a good day. But like I was saying, it's very important. This month, I am not going to, beat the path. It's not that. Go off the beaten path. Because all of September, every week, you beasties voted on which books would be on my TBR. So I've got 5 of them. Those are my focus. I'm getting through those no matter what. And if everything else gets pushed aside, so be it. But I am excited to talk about my TBR for this month. The one that you beasties helped me choose. And it's going to be fun. So without further ado, let's get into it. As you can see, I've got my Ghostbusters t-shirt on. I am ready for the TBR for this month's The Beast Reads, October 2024. Let's get into it. All right, so starting off this week, I do have some things that I'm finishing up, so I will tell you about those. First up, I have a arc that I was given by Dave Lawson, hilarious, awesome author, who will be on Beast Friends Forever this Saturday at 3 o'clock. Keep an eye out for that. But he'll be on the show, so I'm finishing up his book. It's a very quick, fun read, so I'm almost finished. So I'm going to focus on that the rest of the week. Put a picture up of the sweet cover right here. And get ready for that, by the way, because look for a short coming out to kind of hype that interview up, but also give a little background to the whole Big Bird thing. If anybody doesn't know what that is, you're in for a treat. Well, look out for my short, and you'll find out in the interview. And if you have heard a little bit about it, it'll explain things a little more. But let's just say, Big Bird freaks me out. I cannot be the only one. It started as a joke, and it became this big thing involving Kenneth, who's an awesome artist and supporter of the channel, and Dave, and a lot of other people. And it's taken on a life of its own. So keep an eye out for that short, but it's going to be fun. Anyway, I'm finishing that this week. And also, you've probably seen me talking a lot and hyping up Dark Bloom by Molly McCobb. This is an awesome zombie apocalypse book. It's just really cool. It's awesome. I love it. Finishing up that. So that is something I'm finishing up this week and focused on. So those two things are kind of my focus for this week. I have started my first book of the Beasties TBR Pick'em TBR for Spooky Season. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But throughout the month, I will still be working through my 2 big heavy hitters, Way of Kings and Court of the Mist Wraith. This is Buddy Reed and Beard of Darkness. We extended it a month because just some crazy things happened for a lot of us. And we fell behind a little bit. So we're back on track for that. And then Way of Kings. I was going to try to get all the way caught up by Wind and Truth. Maybe November and December will go better, but I'm just not putting any stress. I'm just enjoying these big, long books. And if I read Wind and Truth in February, that's when I read it. But hopefully close to then. But I got to pick up the pace because I'm only a third of the way through. Well, yeah, probably a third-ish of the way through this. And yeah, it's been a few weeks. So that's what happens when you're a dabbler. But I'll be still focusing on those in the background here and there when I need to mix things up. But get ready, because here comes the books that you all chose for me, and they're going to be my focus, and I'll tell you when I'm reading each one right now. All right, first up, that I actually already started reading, and it's very good, is Between Two Fires by Christopher Bigelman. I'll be reading this one this week, and then a little bit into next week, because I have those other two books that I'm finishing up that I told you about. But I should be able to get through this one pretty quick. I'm already 75 pages in, and it's very good, very dark, very twisted, and I love it. It's very good. It focuses on a knight who kind of is with this ragtag group of mercenaries and stuff that he doesn't really want to work with, but you know, when you're a sword for hire, that's kind of what you do. And he's with this group, and he's not really a big fan of some of the things they're doing. And they come to this place where there's a girl, and he's got a lot of issues this night. He's such an interesting, dark character, very gray. He'd fit into a lot of the grim, dark worlds that we love. But this group wants to do some unsavory things to this girl, and he is not going to stand for it. So it kind of kicks off from there. He makes some choices, and yeah, I'll talk about it more in obviously in the wrap up down the road. But it's very good, and I'm just early on, but I cannot wait to see where it goes, because it's very, very cool. It reminds me a lot of, like, if you took like First Law or Game of Thrones, like that kind of dark, grim, gray characters and world, but then also mixed it and mashed it together with like The Witcher and like monsters and stuff like that, and horror and some other things from that. Like, I don't know, it's very cool. Very cool. I get why this gets such high praise. But that's what I'm reading first. In the following week, I'm going to move into... Ooh, I'm so pumped for this one. I've been waiting to read this series for so long. Speaks to Nightbird by Robert McCammon. Oh, I'm so excited. Cannot wait for this one. I don't know. It just sounds awesome. It's one that I have wanted to read for so long. I love the time period that it's set in. I love that it's very character driven. I don't know. It just sounds awesome. And I cannot wait to read it and then give you guys my thoughts as I go along. I'm pumped. I'm very excited. Can't wait. Then after that, another one I'm really excited about. Boom. My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. I wanted to read Grady Hendrix forever. I actually have almost all of his books except for 2 of them. So I've got 4 books by him, including a signed one, and I haven't read anything by him yet. But I mean, I love this cover. It looks like a VHS cassette. And it even has like some 80s looking horror film stuff on the back. But oh, this one, I cannot wait to read it. And I know I'm going to love Grady Hendrix, so I cannot wait to read this and then read more of his stuff down the road. But this is the one I wanted to read the most, and I cannot wait. So I'm going to read this and the next week. So 3 books down. Then next, I'm going to read a newer one that I'm very excited about. Sleep Tight by J.H. I was going to say Markert. It's a nice short one. Sounds really fun. I'm hoping I can read kind of these 2 real, like in a week, a little more than a week, because they're both shorter. But this one sounds really cool. There's a detective. There's a serial killer that her dad, as a detective, was obsessed with and put them away. And then her dad dies under some mysterious circumstances. And then there's a new serial killer on the loose that seems to be a copycat of the original killer, doing a lot of the similar things. And she becomes obsessed with herself because of her dad's obsession with everything. And she goes to see the only surviving person from this original killer, and they're in a psych ward, mental hospital. And it just sounds really dark and twisted and fun, and I cannot wait to read this one. And finally, to end the month, another book I'm excited about. I've wanted to read for a long time. The Troop by Nick Cutter. Boy Scouts on an island, zombie outbreak, lots of twisted, dark, gruesome, gory stuff, body horror. People are creeped out by it. Some people say it's too much, and I say, bring it on, yes. So I'm very excited to end the month with this one. But man, what a lineup you guys gave me. Great job, Beasties. Thank you so much. Now let's talk about novellas, short stories, graphic novels, and manga. So novella-wise, I'm going to keep it light. I also have been wanting to read some horror, awesome-sounding stuff from a very cool author, somebody I've talked to on social media who's a very cool guy, supporter of the channel. That is Steve Stark, and his has a book called Hot Dose of Hell. That sounds pretty sweet. But then he also has a collection with 3 stories in it called Violent Ends. I'll put a picture of both of them up here. So I would like to sprinkle some of that in too, because he's somebody I've been wanting to check out for a while. And this is the perfect time and the perfect season. But I'm definitely going to be reading this one, which I was supposed to read last month. And last month was not a great month for reading, so in a couple of days, I'll release a video, kind of my reading wrap-up, catch-up, channel update, and get you guys hyped for something cool that's happening Sunday night. But, yeah, so look for that, and I'll talk more about my reading. But, anyway, this month, I am going to be reading Death Cult by Janelle Sheik, and I'm really excited about it. It sounds like a lot of fun. Getting a lot of high praise, and that cover is awesome. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait. It looks sweet. And then, if I need like a palette cleanser or something, I still have not finished You Like It Darker by Stephen King. Through the first few short stories, I want to get through the rest of them. So here and there, I might grab one. I got through the really long one, and then a couple of the shorter ones. So there's some more short ones in here I'll just grab and read when I feel like it, because this is the first perfect month for that. So I'll be doing that. Yeah, like I said, I've got some short horror reads, short stories, or novellas on my Kindle that I'll pick up and read if I, am feeling so led, if I need a little break from the books I'm reading. But they're all quick, exciting reads that I'm really all been looking forward to, so I don't feel like I'll have to reach for stuff too much. Then, I was reading this when I got it in because they're so pretty. I'm about halfway through Archive of the God Eater, Demon. The farthest one back. Rob Hayes says you should read the newest one, which is a big chunker, and then work your way back. I'm kind of a rebel, and I like chronological order, so I'm reading Demon first. I really like it, so I'll probably read this here and there because it fits with this month. It's very creepy, and I just got this in my Brahm. I do want to check this out, Slewfoot. So this might be one that I pick up here and there. I know, but that's it. I'm not getting any more out of control. That's it. Okay, I promise. All right. And then graphic novel wise, I'm going to stick with the theme, but there are 2 of my favorite ones that I'm reading right now are Something's Killing the Children, which is very good spooky vibes. Going to keep reading that. And Grimm, going to keep reading that. Both of them have spooky vibes, and I'll talk about kind of a little bit where I'm at with those in my wrap-up. I can't say too much. I don't want to spoil things, but I'll kind of describe what's happening in the story and all that stuff. And then also, yes, that's right, I'll read these, which are my own copies that I have that I got at a Comic-Con recently. And I was supposed to read these last month and didn't, I know. But Go West, supernatural horror western, looks really good. And Monstrous, same thing, horror graphic novels. Excited about those. And then manga wise, because my 3 favorite ones right now are somewhat spooky, I'm going to keep going through Hellsing, And then, of course, Berserk, my favorite. Going to keep going with that. And also with Attack on Titan. They all have monstrous things in them. It works. And then I do want to read Doro Hidoro. So I do want to read that too, because that sounds fun. And I would love to get into some horror manga. So I want to read some Ito. Somebody tell me where you think the best place to start is with that. But I'm going to look into see if my library has any of that, because I do want to check that out also. So look forward to hearing about all of that. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It was so fun to be back together and talk about TBR. I've been missing the wrap-ups. Look for my reading update video in a couple days, and I'm going to talk about plans going forward and the weekly check-ins and updates and the monthly updates. All that will return, and it's going to be fantastic. But this was so great. It's a great way to kick off spooky season. Talking is hard for me sometimes, but just thank you guys for all the support. It's been awesome. I'm so excited to be just doing this. Like I said in a short, I hit my 200th video between shorts and long form, and that's just so cool, so much fun. We're getting really close to 500 subscribers, which is awesome. And it's just been a blast. I'm starting to do live streams, and there's been great participation, people showing up for those and watching the replays. And I just appreciate it. This is so much fun. It's been awesome. Beasties, you're amazing. Love this community. Love all of you. You guys are beautiful. And I'm a very lucky man. So I'm a very lucky bearded book beast. So as always, thank you so much. If you are not subscribed yet, if you're not a beastie, please remedy that. Click like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. It helps you know when more of these videos will come out. But most importantly, it makes sure that you and me will become beast friends, which is the greatest, coolest thing of all. So until I see you in the next one, no, wait, hold on. One more thing. Make sure to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about these books, which ones you're most excited to see me read. And also, let me know if you've read any of them, what you thought. Let me know what your spooky season TBR is. I'd love to hear what you're reading this October. And now, until I see you in the next one, devour those TBRs. Be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. We'll see you guys.